but she's so toxic. She's so angry. She's so bitter. She's so selfish. No one wants to play with her.
Angel just really dropping F-bombs. I think she says, you're effing crazy, something like that, blah, blah, blah. You crazy as F. What the F is wrong with you?
So she hates that part of it and what she sees Caitlin Clark representing. Yeah, I don't think she hates Caitlin Clark.
I think she just hates the fact that she doesn't have the spotlight.
You're nothing without Caitlin Clark.
I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate.
Angel Reese just got caught. Again. Not by a foul, not by a stat line, but by the raw footage that ripped the mask off what everyone's been trying to deny.
She hates the fact that she's jealous of Caitlin Clark.
She hates the movement. She hates that she has this many fans. Well, she hates that she's the one who brought this attention to women's basketball.
This isn't jealousy anymore. It's not rivalry. It's pure, unfiltered hate. The way she looked at Caitlin Clark, the way she reacted, the boiling tension that exploded in full view of the world. It's all on tape now, and no amount of spin or PR can cover it up.
Angel Reese that took offense to a hard foul at the block on a layup attempt by Caitlin Clark. And she got pissed off, came back at Caitlin Clark. Aaliyah Boston got involved, got in the middle of things. And it was a flagrant foul called on Caitlin Clark.
What started as fiery competition has crossed a dangerous line. Because Angel isn't just reacting to a player, she's raging against a symbol, against the face of a league she thought she'd own. And the footage, the stares, the body language, the blow-ups, they don't lie. This isn't passion. This isn't pride. This is personal.
I mean, we got a coattail rider situation that's happened here. All right. Now, he's right. Angel Reese is probably the second most recognizable player, but that's of a league where a lot of players most people can't pick out of a lineup outside of Caitlin Clark. So I don't know what that says exactly, but he's right. And these players, there's several of them.
And it's time we stop pretending it's anything else. This is not about basketball anymore. This is about resentment. This is about power. This is about hate.
There is no way Angel Reese can continue to lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate.
What unfolded on the court wasn't just another flare-up. It was a moment that stripped away every excuse, every defense, and every talking point Angel Reese's supporters have used. The new footage shows it all, clear as day. Caitlin Clark drives to the basket, takes a hard foul, and Angel Reese snaps.
Yeah, I saw where Ryan Clark responded to it in a video and said that he can't chime in because RG3 is married to a white woman, so he doesn't know the plight of black women everywhere and can't comment, which is ludicrous. I also think it's ludicrous for Ryan Clark to act like every single black woman on the planet knows exactly what Angel Reese is thinking anytime. I think that diminishes black women and Angel Reese when you try to just melt it down to one individual thought is absurd.
Caitlin Clark, and just a cut below Caitlin Clark. But and I know you don't pay this close attention to the WNBA, but this is factual.
Not just frustration, not just competitive fire. Her reaction was instant, sharp, and personal. She charged toward Clark with a level of anger that wasn't about a single play. It was about something that had been simmering for far too long.
RG3's married to a white woman, and apparently, according to Ryan Clark, that means he can't speak on black women. What? Doesn't he have a mom, aunts, cousins, sisters, whatever? Huh? So Barack Obama is biracial. Does that mean he can speak on everyone, or does that mean he can't speak on no one? Well, he's not white. Well, he's not black, so he can't speak on anyone according to these idiots?
Aaliyah Boston had to step in just to stop things from escalating. The referees didn't hesitate. Clark was hit with a flagrant, and both Reese and Boston got technicals. But the real penalty wasn't in the box score. It was in what the world saw on camera.
She's a great rebounder, a great defender, could be an effective player in the WNBA, but she's so toxic, she's so angry, she's so bitter, she's so selfish. No one wants to play with her. Message. Didn't the weigh-ins used to? There should be a message there that people are missing. That this whole persona that she's taken on, it's toxic.
Angel wasn't upset about a foul. She was seething. And that kind of reaction doesn't come from one possession. It comes from something deeper. Resentment that's been building for over a year. Robert Griffin III didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't call it heat of the moment. He didn't label it rivalry. He called it what it looked like, hate.
The reason I'm not hitting Robert or Ryan privately is because I think this conversation needs to transcend a private text message or a private phone call. Like, I really want people to hear this. What ultimately has been won? What's been won? Some retweets. Oh, you got figuratively dunked on. Oh, you got figuratively dunked on. Somebody's been called a coon here. Somebody's been called a racist here. Somebody's been called a sellout here. Somebody's been said they're dancing for the man here. But what's actually been won? Now, Robert's like implying that it's a bad look for ESPN, thus like maybe I should put Ryan's job in jeopardy. And then my dog Ryan's going back at Robert Griffin saying like he's the worst teammate ever. Just what's been won? What? Who's winning? Not people that look like me.
Not just dislike for Clark as a competitor, not envy, hate for what she represents. Caitlin Clark didn't steal Angel Reese's spotlight. She earned it. And that's the part Reese hasn't been able to accept.
Caitlin Clark fouled Angel Reese hard to prevent a basket. Angel Reese reacted to that foul. End of story. Basketball. So what? And now we've all sat back, we being both black, white, and watched the idiots expose who they are. If you didn't think Stephen A. Smith and Ryan Clark and Acho were racist before,
every game Clark plays brings more eyes, more fans, more momentum to women's basketball. And every step forward for Clark feels like a step back for Angel. Reese's body language during the game said more than words ever could. The stares, the posture, the intensity. It wasn't just about defending her team. It was about defending her pride.
That's her comments. I do wish the Fever organization and their players would take a stronger stance against nonsense, against fabricated allegations. I'm starting to wonder if the league even knows how to react. I mean, that Adam Silver needs to put stronger leadership in place for the WNBA because it looks to me like, unfortunately, once the media got involved and ESPN talking this up, it was a wrap.
Because no matter what Angel does, it's Clark who's become the headline, the face, the future. And for Reese, who was once hailed as that rising star, it's a bitter pill she still refuses to swallow.
Last year, there were many people, and I believe RG3 might have been one of them initially, who were saying that Angel Reese is just a basketball player. She's done nothing wrong, and she's just a hard-nosed player, and there should be no jealousy, who are now stating the obvious. I see a lot of parallels here between the two subjects and how people are now suddenly coming around.
What we're witnessing now isn't a rivalry. It's a rejection, a refusal to accept that someone else has taken the throne. And every time Angel Reese steps on the floor with Caitlin Clark, it's not just a matchup. It's a statement, not with her game, but with her anger, her frustration, her refusal to let it go.
Angel Reese believes she's underpaid. In a league benefiting significantly from Caitlin Clark, Reese hates the one player who might lead the league to profitability. Reese hates the player who has made her rich and famous. Reese is probably the 30th best player in the WNBA. Because of her one-sided feud with Caitlin Clark, she's arguably the second most recognizable player in the league and earning millions of dollars off the court. This is insanity. Why hate Caitlin Clark?
And now with that new footage out in the open, the world can see it too. This is no longer about basketball. It's personal, it's bitter, and it's turning into something darker than anyone expected. This fire didn't start overnight. The smoke's been rising since that unforgettable national championship game. The moment Angel Reese walked across the court and taunted Caitlin Clark as the final buzzer echoed through the arena. Back then, it was brushed off as heat of the moment, competitive spirit, maybe even a little payback. But what looked like a bold celebration has aged into something far more bitter.
People go to games. Angel Reese has set herself up as the villain to Caitlin Clark, and people reacted. It has been intentional. It has made Angel Reese the barnacle on Caitlin Clark's ass. So, people react to that, just like any other sport.
That wasn't a spark. It was the beginning of a storm. Since that day, every encounter between Reese and Clark has carried a weight you can feel through the screen. The tension, the glances, the body language. And now people who once defended Reese are admitting what they can no longer deny. Even Robert Griffin III, who used to publicly support her, finally said what so many have been thinking. This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's hate. Not the kind of hate that fuels better performance, but the kind that poisons it.
There is no way Angel Reese can continue to lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate.
And here's the wild part. Caitlin Clark has never fired back. Not once. She hasn't disrespected Reese. She hasn't taken shots in interviews. She hasn't returned the gestures or stoked the feud. She stayed focused, composed, letting her game do the talking. And that silence, it only seems to push Reese deeper into hostility. Because while Clark keeps climbing, breaking records, drawing crowds, selling jerseys, Angel can't escape the feeling that the game she once dominated has left her behind.
These kind of things edify us and positions us to fight the real fights, as opposed to being distracted by fighting little menial things that happen on side. You can't legislate what's in people's hearts.
Yeah.
People who are trifling are trifling. People who ain't worth the damn ain't worth the damn. People who look at other people as being less, that's who the hell they are. You can spot them. I want to know who they got with them.
It's not just that Caitlin Clark is the face of the league. It's that she's everything Angel wanted to be. And that's where the resentment burns brightest. Reese built a brand on being fearless, tough, outspoken. She wanted to lead the new era of women's basketball. But instead, the crown went to someone else. And that someone didn't take it with drama or flash. She took it with buckets, composure, and consistency. Now, every time they share the court, it's not just a battle, it's a boiling point.
Caitlin Clark, DeWanna Brawner, very experienced, third-time all-time leading scorer now in the WNBA. Came in third, surpassed up or moved up to number 3 in this weekend's game. Natasha Howard, super accomplished, got her. Sophie Cunningham, great spot-up shooter, great energy, got her from the field. They put a super team around Caitlin Clark because people want to play with Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Reese doesn't need to say anything. Her reactions say it all. The fouls, the scowls, the frustration. It's not basketball anymore. It's personal rejection turned outward. What was once hyped as the league's greatest rivalry is morphing into something toxic. Because this isn't two stars pushing each other to be better. It's one star refusing to accept the other has already passed her.
She could cash a check off of her reaction of that it was going to go into the mainstream. It was going to catch fire. Her fan base was going to get all worked up into a lather. Fully aware of it. Oh.
Caitlin Clark, DeWanna Brawner, very experienced, third-time all-time leading scorer now in the WNBA. Came in third, surpassed up or moved up to number 3 in this weekend's game.
RG3's married to a white woman, and apparently, according to Ryan Clark, that means he can't speak on black women. What? Doesn't he have a mom, aunts, cousins, sisters, whatever? Huh?
At this point, it's no longer about stats. It's about spotlight. Angel Reese isn't just competing with Caitlin Clark on the court. She's fighting for relevance off it. While Clark is packing arenas, attracting top talent, and redefining the WNBA's image, Reese's name keeps surfacing for all the wrong reasons. Flagrant fouls, heated stares, and viral drama.
Angel Reese acted like a total and complete idiot, and it got called out for it.
And the contrast is impossible to ignore. Indiana is building around Caitlin. Chicago isn't building around Angel. Behind the scenes, whispers about past teammates, locker room friction, and transfers are turning into red flags. Reese isn't leading a movement. She's reacting to one she no longer controls. What we're seeing now isn't hunger for victory. It's fear of being forgotten. Every outburst, every glare, every hard foul isn't just aimed at Caitlin Clark. It's aimed at a spotlight that keeps slipping away. And that's the harsh truth. While Clark rises, Reese is left chasing headlines instead of making them.
Pay attention here. Caitlin pointed, a little hard foul there. Angel Reese gets up. Aaliyah Boston shoves her, gives her a little stiffy. Hey, don't come at Caitlin. But look at her. Angel Reese upset. Oh my gosh. Hey man, this was hilarious. Look, Angel Reese was pissed. Look at her. She was still going out there a little bit. Look, took the jersey out.
ESPN anti-Caitlin Clark agenda on full display, going on and on about how that needs to be a flagrant foul.
At this point, it's no longer a question of rivalry. It's a reflection of reality. Angel Reese may deny it, spin it, or frame it as passion, but the actions speak louder than any interview ever could. The new footage makes one thing crystal clear. This isn't about competition. It's not about jealousy. It's about hate.
It's unbelievable. This is another view right here of Angel just really dropping F-bombs. I think she says, you're effing crazy, something like that, blah, blah, blah. You crazy as F. What the F is wrong with you?
Aaliyah Boston steps in and stops Angel Reese.
Caitlin Clark isn't fueling the fire. She's just shining too bright for Angel Reese to ignore. And while Clark keeps elevating the league with poise and performance, Reese keeps dragging the narrative into personal chaos. One plays the game, the other fights the spotlight. But here's the truth. The game doesn't care who wanted to be the face of the league. It rewards the one who earns it.
After watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese in the aftermath, there's no way Angel Reese can continue to lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, not some basketball rivalry.
And right now, that's not Angel Reese. If you're done with the fake rivalries and want real basketball talk, hit that like button, drop your take in the comments, and make sure to subscribe, because this story isn't over. And as long as they share the court, the tension will only get louder.
This is an unfair narrative that's going to be attached to Caitlin Clark. People come out here and get spanked. They're just going to cry and throw their hands up about racism. It's like, no, this is not racism. This is basketball. This is one team busting another team's ass. This is a white player in Caitlin Clark who largely always says the right thing, who is largely inoffensive.
I have seen a lot of posts accusing Dave Portnoy of making that sound. And the thing is that he was sitting courtside. He stood up, and when Angel Reese missed the layup, he did like yell something.
If you've looked at Twitter, there are posts with 15, 20,000 likes claiming that the Indiana Fever played the noises of a specific animal while Angel Reese was shooting free throws.